sand stains or dyes. To be a little bit different, you know, instead of going conventional, keeping with these sort of basic colours of dye. You can make your own, not a problem. So in here I've got some water-based emulsion paint. So this is a scrubbable, good washable paint, and usually this works better with stronger colours. So for the likes of this, which is pretty much similar colour to the wood, you're not going to get the same effect. So first of all, I'll coat this up. What I've done, I've only put small amounts of paint in the bottom of there, but then I've added quite a bit of water to thin it down. So now I can apply this to the wood. What I want to do is rub this out. I don't really want to paint it on too thick. If it was a larger surface, I would keep rubbing out till I started to see the wood. Just thoroughly soak that in. With a damp cloth, just wipe this back out. Put that one on there. Just leave that one to dry. We'll do this. So if you do want to be a little bit unconventional, you know, go for something slightly different, then here, this is a green. And again, I don't want to lay it on too thick. But we need to be quick with it. Coated up there. So now I need to get a cloth on this. Okay, so now I'll set this to one side and we'll let it dry. Right, now then. So, under here is some that I did before. What I want to do now these are the same colours that I've just used here. This one's black, obviously this one's the grey, and this one is red, which I've already varnished. So, the same likes of doing floorboards, if you wanted to go for something really starkly different, you could try this method. Simply apply the emulsion paint, or you could use an oil undercoat mixed to whatever colour you want, and then thin it off and apply it the same method, rubbing it out, let it dry, a light key, and then varnish it. So, say as if you were doing floorboards, then you would want to use a hard wearing floor varnish. But for anything trim, or say if you wanted to attempt spindles or doors and things, then a good interior water-based non-yellowing varnish. Like I say, this one has already had a coat of varnish. So while this is drying, you coat these two up with some clear varnish. So clean cloth there. Now some fine, warm sandpaper. Just lightly rub the surface. Remove any dust there. And now with a clear varnish, just overlay this. Okay, if you're doing a floor, you probably want to put, really, a good idea is 3 coats of varnish. Good, like I say, good hard wearing floor varnish. Again, if you were just doing doors, for instance, even wooden louver privacy curtains, the screens, something like that would look quite good with this. Now these two just want a second coat. Again, so they've had the first coat of clear varnish. These are having the second coat. Actually, you see this black look quite a lot on fascia boards, behind gutters. Looks quite good. If you were doing, say if you wanted to do outside, then you would be better using an exterior undercoat or satin finish might be good enough. But again, strong colours, and then overlay with a good exterior varnish, a clear varnish, UV protective. So I'll leave those to dry, and we'll just take a closer look at this stuff. You can see how the pigment of the paint has soaked in. Now it'll soak into the softer areas of the grain, and any harder areas of the grain, it'll just resist the soaking in. So it gives it quite a good effect. You can see how thin that is. So you need it quite thin. You don't want to be coating it up. So these have had, this one particularly, these two have had 2 coats of varnish, where these have only had 1. So they are sounding a little bit rougher compared. As you build up the layers of varnish, the smoothness will improve, because at the moment applying the emulsion and wiping it out, it'll have generally just lifted the grain a bit, and then when you smooth off with the sandpaper and apply your first coat of varnish, that is what is sealing the wood, and then will possibly lift up a bit more of the grain. So sanding between coats of varnish, you'll get it smoother. I've already keyed this. I can now just get it coated up. I usually do start on these turn parts of the spindle. Finally at the top. just this. Again, when it comes to keying, when sanding these, I don't want to go right the way through back into all the timber. It's just giving it a light key just to receive the varnish, smoothing the timber down. So just wipe that off with a damp cloth. Leave it now to dry. And if you wanted to, you could just put some paint glitter into your varnish for quite a good effect. Real sparkling finish. Now and again stir the varnish up as you're using it. I'll cut these up, because if you were doing floorboards, then this is something that would be quite good. So I'm going to take a look at this lot when it's dry.